Okay. Um. So another video. As I said, I will have a video as long as I can. I'll make videos as long as I can. And I just first of all want to thank God. I just want to be thankful to God because, like I keep saying in a lot of the videos I'm making, it's just I could live life the way this trash lives their life. They're just very much weak individual who feels empowered by this nastiness. And the weaker you are, the more empowered you feel. And I noticed that um, when I see or even interact, or when I hear these bottom feeders interacting with me, I can see there's a degree of like empowerment based on how cowardly these people are, and it's nasty. But I just want to say thank you, God, that I did not even have the opportunity to do what they do. Like I said, it doesn't take much. It seems like anybody can participate and will involve themselves in that. It's just like having the opportunity being there. That's all needs to be there. I don't think the cowardness of this perps is just something that I think it's at a level that I don't think you can surpass. Um, some of them sound like children. Some of them act like children. Some of them are just like gimmicky, and it's just so sad. But pathetic, especially when you hear like the older individuals, like the adults, especially adult men. It's probably the most pathetic part because it's so sad. It just it's just kind of degrading, and I think that's why they like to use these childlike individuals. With me, it's been these childlike individuals with this like psyop of like people, like this fake progressiveness of wokeism that is just so disturbing, because I know what these people do to even women and children. So it's so nasty, so nasty. And to see them just dumb themselves down and become children and humiliated by the reality of what I can listen to, what the testimonials and the things they can even say. It's just so humiliating. But first of all, I just want to say thank God. And also, God gave me strength for the strength I will need to deal with whatever horrible things I'm going to go through, because I'm a target individual. I'm a TI. A TI is a target individual. It's an individual who is a human subject in a program that we are humans guinea pigs at this point, and they're utilizing Department of Defense, intelligence community weaponry onto us. They do things to us remotely via this technology, via these weapons, and things consisting of, like doing things to our organs. For example, right now they're doing things to my abdominal organs, and they're like, I don't know if it's my liver or whatever, but I can feel like a little bit of pain there, and they do that more and more. But it's obviously not coming from neighbors who this kind of technology is not technology that some random people can utilize. It's just obvious that it's tied to this governmental entity, and DARPA is for sure involved in this. DOD is for sure involved in this. CIA is for sure involved in this kind of program. And so they are contracting this trash that implement this program and do things to our body for the purpose of developing this technology and improving on this technology, so they can do so much to you in a remote way. So you can understand why cowardness is very much welcome. But they do that to not only men, not only women, but also children. So you gotta understand that your sufferance is not unique. That this trash would do that to a woman and have done that to children. Just understand that. So when I feel pain, when I'm feeling, these things, I know this trash have done that to women, to children, and I know that they will continuously do that. And so I just imagine myself if I was doing what they do, involved in a program that does what they do. For me, I don't want their sympathy. I don't care how they feel. I just know they're trash and they're gonna get theirs. And I've been validated in ways that just like almost magical. You know, when you hear parents saying that children have been sick and thought they're gonna die and then didn't die because what was happening is they just use these babies as guinea pigs and do things to them, and they, as they do things to do, they can also repair the things they do to you. So the nastiness, I know what this trash do is just that kind of nastiness, and so I don't want this trash to feel any sympathy when they do this nasty thing. Do your nasty thing. But you understand the receipts going to be collected. You know that too. They know there's the things they do to us is going to come back to them. And that's good. But the empowerment that they get is priceless. That's a sign of weakness. And I'm not here to try to like rationalize these people, but they're just that. So for me, they've been trying to make me see them in these grandeur ways, and I'm never gonna see that in that way. I know they're just the trash the government uses. I know what they do is not hard. This technology is extremely sophisticated that it doesn't take the most intellectual individual to involve themselves in this. I know that yes, there might be there's scientists, maybe doctors, and all of that, but there's also just random people. There's children involved in this. So I understand that there's no grandeur. What they do is weak, it's cowardly, and they're just the trash. I know they're not the people in charge. Matter of fact, when I say Roy Moore, it's just always like a validation. Just a way to just remember how bottom feeder you are. You can do all these things to me, but you can't say Roy Moore. If this is not some kind of like magical, not even magical, but just blessing and kind of warning for these losers that thought that was so grand, they can do all these things, but I can't even say this. The two names, these two names can't even be said by them. It's just a reminder. It's like, yeah, do what you need to do, but better not understand where you stand. You are nothing. Who just been empowered by people who are nasty and working for pedos. These agencies are ran by pedos. They've been humiliated. You know, 2 seconds ago, there was like some kind of thing where there was just like black little girls or whatever, and they did the nasty stimulation they make me have. It's like, now we mapped it to you as a kid or whatever. The bullshit stuff they say. When in reality, they force you to experience that. Because I have, you know, these kids look like me, the kids of like a friend of my sister, you know, and I remember being able to see her kids and be normal, right? But now that the mapping, also the reactions I felt. In my last video, you see, you know, in that video, in that picture, you see me, and around me there's like kids and whatever, and none of this nastiness was experienced. I guess it's when they start mapping that I started experiencing these things. These people are trash, and they want you to accept this trashiness. And they use these childlike individuals who, in their retardation of logic, it's not even they see it as a game, right? They go into repetition. Now I'm happy. They say things like that, and I'm sorry if I'm sounding very gimmicky and clowny when I say the way they speak, but that's what they say. That's how they speak. It's like children who, in their deluded reality, which is they call their reality, they think these things is I'll ever subscribe to these things. Of course, I know these people manipulate the brain in these ways. It's humiliating that their job right now, their life is, they live off what they manipulate, then make themselves angry on the manipulation that you are experiencing to gaslight you. It's so pathetic. Can you imagine you make somebody, or you involved in making somebody react a certain way, then you have to trick yourself to make yourself angry of the reaction somebody reacted, the reaction somebody experienced, that you yourself participated in making that person reacting this way, and then having the mental ability to trick your brain to make yourself angry at a reaction that you yourself have created or participated in creating. Do you understand the level of self-delusionality you have to make yourself angry at something you involve yourself creating, and make yourself like pretending, oh my God, you're gonna die for this, die. It's like, Jesus, I could live that life. I could have been the one tricking myself this way for the purpose of gaslighting or making somebody accept and identify with the manipulations, or have different gimmicky responses. Now you were. Jesus. That could have been my life. I could have lived a life where it's not even reality I live off. I live off a distorted reality. To be able to trick myself in this way, I have to. This trash have to live this nasty thing, these nasty ways. But the thing is, even when they try to sound, okay, you know why we're doing it because you've done this to this person, you're so sorry. You know that they torture women, but on a scale that is not even comprehensible. You can't even understand how disturbing it is what they do to women. You know they torture them in ways that they're just like diabolical. They torture till they kill themselves. How many already have killed themselves? So there's no, like, I could have lived a life where I'm a bottom feeder for governmental entities that are using human subjects in these ways to develop technology, and even children and women, a lot of women are being tortured, and I'm supposed to be like finding a way to trick myself into believing that somehow me being involved in this is just different because the way I look, because my gender, just some bullshit thing. They have fun ways to have to trick their brains into dealing with reality. They are trash. Now what they're doing is telling me how they're gonna frame me. And can you imagine, like, imagine your life. You had to create, like, you had to frame somebody. You had to make it seem that somebody did something that he did not do. And the frame consists of, like, even pedophilia. And I hear this trash next door. There's this. I don't even want to look at them because I'm scared that I'll snap. They are so trashy and bottom feeders. I would never want to ever get my hands dirty on this low life. I don't even want to look at them. It's just like, I don't even, please don't even look at me, please. Please. They are so disturbing. They are so nothings. As sketchy as it gets. I'm like, don't even look at me, don't, because I'm scared I'm going to say something mean, at least. I'm scared I'm going to call you a piece of shit and low-life nasty shit. I don't even want to even give that energy. I look away. I'm like, and I don't look because I'm scared. I'm just, if I look at you, something's gonna. So I'm like, she's just a nothing. If I see, I will. Whew. Anyways, but trash like them, thinking that I ever let them live their fantasy, and they like to say things like, "Oh, you pedophilia crime," because they're gonna frame me in some ways. Either they're gonna implant child porn. This is the kind of people either they're gonna implant child porn, or they're gonna say I did something to some child here. Right? That is the frames. This is the things they do right now. That's their life. Of course, this low life knows that they're gonna be reimbursed. Because what they do is nothing fierce. It's just cowardness, trashiness. Can you imagine they would try to tell themselves that being brave consists of there is a child that I hear talk, right? They say that I've met her, I've done things to her. Like, they're planning things. And they were trying to hype her up by saying that she was brave. How sad and pathetic and deluded. Can you imagine you're hyping a child that you've coerced or are coaching for the framing, right? According to what I think they're going to do. And you tell her, no, you're brave. You're brave to be framing. Yeah, so brave. You're such a brave. Thank you. Oh. trash. They are human low life trash. There's no way they can sound that in a way that's not gonna sound like the trash that they are. They're nasty things. They know they're just gonna get theirs. They know. These people call you a nothing. Can you imagine somebody who does that? That's what they don't like to be seen. What kind of low lifeness is that? Thank you, God. I was looking at some picture of me when I was younger because, as I said, looking at those pictures kind of remind me of like me before they were mapping. As a matter of fact, they tried to change my memories of me of then and then implanting stimulation that I'm experiencing today. So try to make me look at myself and then make me imagine having the same reaction I'm having today. It's trash. But they live off a distorted reality. And so I'm like, what if I just was like them and somehow got into a world where this is just kind of normalized? And I'm now like do the things they do. It's like, you're nothing. You're pain now. Like, just thank you, God. Thank you. For me, as a target individual, as a human subject in this governmental program, I know who put me in this program. These people are very powerful, influenceable people in this country. So influenceable that they can't even say, there's certain things they are restricted to say to me, these gods. But so influenceable too in this country that they have left fingerprints of what they've done to this country. Of course, they did not do it alone, but their part was noticeable enough that they were called out and spoke about for specifically what they've contributed, because it was abnormally high and it was really open about it. They donate and they're still donating a lot of money and are changing this country in ways that just go backward. And today, when I read anything about this court case in Texas where they had this woman that was forced to go out of Texas because she couldn't get an abortion, even though she wanted to have the child, but the baby, the fetus was going to most likely be born with a condition, or most likely going to die, which could have cost her life or even caused her ability to have children. So an abortion was needed. She had to, I believe she was going to have to leave the state. The people who put me in this program donated noticeable amount, and they were trying to diminish that, minimize the impact. Just amount. It's like, yes, this little amount is just one, but they give a lot of amount to even the packs that donated for that. They donated directly and indirectly. The directly funded is seen, the 4 million, boom, like that. And this person was so delusional, she was trying to defend them. It's like, no, it was them with a lot of people, but their portion is one of the highest portion. Matter of fact, altogether, they were the number 2 donors of the Conservative Party. They're close to $100 million in donation in 2022. They definitely have made some, and you think that $100 million did not go toward that? More than their donation is really impactful. And she was trying to diminish that to cope with reality. You see how life is now? You guys are just the trash who just implement the things. And because it's and because it's something that they try to, in my brain, they playing this thing in my mind. And because the reality is, at this point, when you're a target individual, you can do whatever you want to the human subject. And these people want to find empowerment in that. It's like, oh, you lost already. Me, I'm done because of these people. The same people who donate that much money, this number 2 donors. Now what you're doing to me is just basically, it's like killing a dead man. That's it. But your trash will kill even women and children. You're the trash who can't even say this name. You're the trash who caused mass shooting. You're that. You're just the trash. You implement things. You trash people. You're the trash person. You're trash and you implement whatever. Me crying is going to be the same as the child was crying. Me screaming is the same way. Me, even if I end up killing myself, you know how many women they've caused to kill themselves? These trash are nothings. That's the life of the nothing. I could have been living this nothingness of a life. If you see the cowardice and the weakness of who's talking to me, interacting with me via V2K, you wouldn't believe it. The fragility of who they are, that's what they use these cowardly people. The empowerment they get out of it is just magical. I've been validated in ways that you can't even understand. They would talk about culture and they try to make me imagine me as a kid and just give me stimulations and make me think of these black little girls and these things they manipulate. When they talk about culture, there's a culture of pedophilia in these agencies. It's been a pattern of pedophilia in these agencies. A culture. Every 5 years, 6 years, or whatever, it seems like there's something that exposes the fact there's a bunch of pedos in these agencies. Well, me, they try to make me think as a kid, and then give me stimulation, manipulation of the brain, and then make me think of how they make me experience things today, and then try to manipulate. I was like, you just manipulate my brain. The picture of you see me when before August 19, 2019, before I was mapped, none of these nasty things I was experiencing. Now today I'm experiencing all this shit that is conditioned to my brain 24/7. They are making my brain they're conditioning my thoughts and my ways of reacting in the ways that they want me to identify with, and they're doing it every day. So my life is myself. They try to change who I am and conditioning me in these disgusting pedophilia ways, where it's a culture in the world where they contract these losers to be empowered to feel like gods. $5,200 to $5,200. That's the amount in one random investigation on a child porn website. 5,200 suspected that own child porn in these Pentagon agencies. That was an accident, huh? They were not investigating the Pentagon. It just led there. Again, shocked by the amount of child porn they see. This is the culture they're in. They live in a world of pure pedophilia. And for me, man, the manipulation, I could never look at a child without getting this nasty stimulation. And when I'm looking at a picture of me when I was normal, I'm like, man, I miss those days of me being me. But their job is to make me somebody I'm not. And what it does actually, yes, it's disturbing. I'm disgusted. I get these disturbing reactions. But there's dignity. This coward low-life bottom feeders for pedos have to live this life. And now I find myself like almost a saint. This coward trash. So to all my targeting video, this is an honorable death. There's dignity in my sufferance, I'm telling you. And these bottom feeders, they get their receipts. The receipt is waiting for, like, they just know it's gonna come. In every ways, it's just like every sign and in every warning you can imagine, they've been just like hitting them. It's like, chill. In every way, you have been foul. The mass shooting that just killed 18 people was the number 10 while they are here. They did the same thing. They called this man a pedophile and whatever. He lost his mind. He killed 18 people. Killed even a child. This expose of a bunch of pedos in these agencies. Why is there so many pedophiles in these agencies? This is the humiliation. These people work for these entities. They are contracted by these entities. Humiliation. Testimonials of men, women, and children all around the world talk about how they do these nasty things. Humiliation. Torture of even infants. Humiliations. This abortion right that's been removed by people pulling. This abortion right that's been removed by entities, by our organization that are so conservative that even one of the biggest donors in those organizations, is responsible for me being in this program. You know, they used to make fun of this company when I used to say, oh, what company? I'm not going to say the company, but like, this company? This company? What? And like, so who are they? And now look who they are. They're one of, they have, for that reason you can have an abortion there. And you can't even say Roy Moore. Cowards. They've been humiliated. Now they tell me I'm gonna map spleen and all. They do these horrible things to my organs, right? The reason why they're able to do this is because the technology they're utilizing is this Department of Defense technology, which they have done that to children. And so they're doing things to my organs that are destroying my organs, right? They can destroy it, they can actually repair it. Like I said, that we are human subjects. This is not some rogue femme fatale. They are just employees, contracted, not even employee, contracted, not even have direct, they're just contracted individuals to implement this technology onto us. They are overseen by these entities with a culture of pedophilia. And they're trying to make you live this fantasy that they wish was reality, but is falsified and is manipulated. Sad, pathetic, low life. I'd rather die slow in the street than having to live my life, having to create this fantasy. To all my target individuals, stay strong. And know that justice will be done for all these nasty things they've done to us. For this godlike fantasy they wanted to create when they're just the nobodies that work for pedos. So stay strong.